Yes. Track that, albeit is relatively easier to overtake on, at least in the game. Well, no track was easy to overtake on in real life, but in the game it's relatively easy to overtake as long as you stick within the DRS zone. I didn't know they were retiring already. But no, it looks like it's going to be Troy and Pridas, who are the first two on the track, almost literally next to each other, as well as Random also exiting the pit lane. Less drivers than normal today, so we should have... There should be more free air for everybody during the qualifying laps, unless they all decide they're going to sit next to each other and hold each other's hand during qualifying, but... Yeah, no, Pridas is not going to make that gap, so the first two laps are going to come in basically next to each other. Like, there's about 2 seconds between them. That's a lot of dirty air, and not too much slipstream, as Troy already invalidates his lap into the center S. It looks like he might move out the way here. Do not think so. This is looking... It's kind of looking that way, unless Pridas is all. I think Pridas might be choosing not to. Okay, so Pridas does eventually get by, but that's a lot of time lost. That's like 2 or 3 seconds that Pridas has lost stuck behind Troy there. It's instantly disputed by Random, who then sets an actual proper Sector 2 time. A 1:10.7 is the original benchmark. Random with a 1:10.5, so maybe Pridas didn't lose too much time behind Troy after all. I mean, you don't really get too much DRS usage out of Sector 2, DRS usage, might I add, but I'm still not really so sure about how much time he would have gained or lost there. Well, you say he's starting his final lap, but Aston Martin have known to do 2 out laps as preparation. So, but it does look like he actually is pushing on this one. So, just going to go for the 1 out lap this time. Maybe without his teammate to obviously work around the slipstream with. So. Honestly, cannot blame them. It's been pretty much awful since the beginning of November. Like, I don't think I think I can count the amount of days I've seen the sun. I mean, yeah, that's not the point here. Going down the, well, basically the other DRS straight into turn 4 and 5, up the hill, using a lot of battery actually in the early part of this lap. So maybe I hope he has enough saved up. He'll harvest maybe some throughout the middle of the lap to just send it down the down the front straight. It's kind of the back and front straight at the same time. It's a very, very long straight for this track. So 109.4, which is... So, I mean, it's just over a second ahead of Random's time, which is about a bit more than normal for for Kimaru, who's normally a bit closer to the second pack, effectively. So I reckon he must be happy with that time. Really, he looks like he's got quite a comfortable cushion towards the other group. We'll have to see how close he is to the 2 Mercedes drivers who are effectively going to be our 1 and 2 in terms of the group. There is no of the rest of the fastest, well, the ones that have been consistently fighting for the podiums and the race wins. But Kimaru has always been there, at least always had a threat in him. So this might be his chance. Both Leo, John and Troy all on their fast laps right now. I mean, Troy supposedly sets a purple sector 2. I don't trust this game, honestly. He does not set a purple sector 2. But he does set a 110.0, 0.95, just under a few things, but yeah, the pace of that Mercedes, the 2 Mercedes pair, is definitely on show now that there's not Mavi, there's not Morgan. is not luck to kind of always bring everything else together in a sense. Well, I mean, I think we have Sam who's been able to get into the lobby. So we will have a second Alpine. So we'll have we'll have the second Alpine of Sam, who I don't think has raced. Has he raced this season? Let me just have a quick look at the standings for him. If they would like to load for me. Vibing. I've never heard of a qualifying lap be vibing before, so. Yeah, let me check his sector times. He's a couple hundreds, a few hundreds down in sector 1. 400s exactly, actually. The tyres do wear quite quickly at Brazil, and the tyre wear can easily be felt, but he is up on his time in sector 2. That is flying through sector 2, actually. It's only a straight, effectively, in sector 3, so he might actually set a much faster time here. He beats by a whole tenth, a 108.3. Increases the gap towards him and John. We see Troy, Random, and looks like Sam is now out on. So I reckon it will probably be their last runs already. I mean, you can get around, do a lap, come back in, and get out again within the time limit here, but you're going to be pushing the tires on the out and the in lap here if you do that. Make sure to be safe around the center S. It's the very beginning of the lap. You don't want to invalidate it there. You basically just have to do the long, embarrassing drive to get back to the start to, well, basically redo your lap. As he says, he's 3/10 up on his personal best through Sector 1. That will put him in the fight with roughly about Pridas, who managed to set a 109.6 now that he had the clear air. And Kimara with a 109.3, so he also gained a little bit of time as well. Yeah, and I think he definitely didn't use enough of his ERS that lap. I mean, he definitely had more to use, so there's more in the tank for him as he sets a 109.6, just like 2/200ths off Pridas's time. Less than that even. Yes, but here comes Random with a 110.1, so now only one left on the track who can set a time is Sam, who is, I think, who had his first lap invalidated, probably now finishing that the long drive for shame to start a new lap. wide in turn 1. Leaves a lot of room on the curve. He doesn't want to invalidate this time now. You can really throw the car in qualifying into the double right-hander. During the race, you've got to be a little bit more careful not to hit understeer and spin yourself, but you can really throw it in qualifying. The tyres are grippy, the fuel is light. It's basically full throttle there. Sam crosses the line, sets a 1:11.2. Is he going to get back in time? I don't think so. I think that might be his one and only lap. He's got 3 minutes 20 to get back. It will probably take him about 1:15. I mean, he could get back in time if he gets in and gets straight back out again. But he'll have to push this in lap, and then he'll also have to push on his out lap to make sure he gets over the line, which, it might definitely injure the tyres a little bit. But he's 2 temps down in Sector 1. That's a mammoth amount of time to gain back, especially on such a short track. He's thinking about a 10th on his time, but that's not going to be enough for him. No, and he might be able to get a cooldown lap and go again if he has the fuel for it. And he might need to, because Troy is now on his fast lap. He's a 10th down through Sector 1, so perhaps there's reverse. He might have. He does improve by for just over a 10th, so there is some improvement there. Priddus, I think, might be getting a cooldown lap. Troy is not going quickly. He's not going faster. Yeah, I think that's just through sector. I think that was just through Sector 1. I don't think he'll cause any issues for anybody. Nope, so he'll be fine. Troy does not improve. Skylar is now on his fast lap. You'll have to navigate past Troy, which you should get out the way down the straight here. Skylar gets a bit of slipstream though. He's a 10th up on his time. He needs a good middle sector though. Oh, but Leo is over 2 tenths up on his time. If he gets a really good sector 3, gets a really good. I think the last corner is Junsao, if I remember correctly. I don't know why I got that in my head, but does he get a 108 flat? Or puts 5 temps between him and John. At Skyler 1094. Where did that come from? Random is not going fast. He's not on a fast lap. The only one left is John, who is 3 tenths up on his time, but that's 2 tenths down on Leo's. Leo, I think, might have pole here. Yeah, 1.5 tenths behind Leo. But Skyler in P4, only a tenth behind Kimaru, and this could be his. This could be a fight. This could be a real fight for the podium here. I don't think Skyler has gotten a podium. So you like to a long time. Let me looking through. Yeah, it does not look like anything in season 2. No. So yeah, it will be the first podium if he can get it. Well, that's just racing in general. You gotta take every inch you can. Though Leo will be on pole. Well, the real question is, what will be this fight for third? I think this fight for third will definitely be anybody's game at the moment. I think everybody except for Troy and Kimaru would have had a podium. This would be their first podium? Which I can't really see happening unless they collide into turn 1. It would. Well, that could be the case. Perhaps the. Well, I just hope we get to turn 1 without having to restart. It definitely seemed that way because that race didn't finish until like well after the normal time. I mean, heck, I think it was delayed by quite a bit with the technical issues. I've been through my own fair share of technical issues with these games. It was almost a catchphrase for. Yeah, I guess a couple seasons ago it would have been 0 disconnects from the session. I think especially it was, what, season 4? I think I had more races where I wasn't connected than the ones I was, and it's even... I mean, the curse even followed me when I went into a different country and played. It's new. Now, take a look at the tyres. Who's on the second row of the grid and who always loves to do an alternative strategy? He's on the soft tyres. He might get a huge launch on Kimura, who's on the hards. It might be a case of hard, soft, soft. Skylar is alongside, but he can't make that move stick. Troy gets a bit sideways behind Fridas. Well, unless he can stick with John and Leo, and that's looking like it could be a possibility. I mean, he's even starting to get a bit of a gap to Skylar, who's might be either conserving the battery or just struggling a little bit here. DRS will be enabled. Fritters has to go defensive on Troy as well, so don't have to worry. Oh, looks like random. Random might have been a damage in a turn 1. That might be why Sam got by. Skylar's going to be closing in now. Is he going to be able to make a move? No, he's not. That is true, and I think we're going to see the first DRS overtake here. John's going to go around the outside of Leo. Oh, yes, he is. He's going to go down to the inside, and he's going to make that stick. He's going to defend that position. John's going to get DRS out for a second attempt. John looks for the move, doesn't make it. Skylar's also unable to make the move on Kimaru, and Fritters holds off Troy. Wow, this is looking like real life now. Might have made a mistake, or potentially maybe those soft tires are already starting to go as John's not going to make the move this turn, no. Maybe he's going to try to eye it up down into turn 3. Yeah, and we'll see how the undercut works. So the undercut at Brazil is extremely strong. Possibly the strongest across the entire season, really. I think we might see. But Pridas is making a move on Skylar. Pridas gets by. And now maybe it's Pridas. Maybe Pridas wants to take a charge for that podium. You can see it swirling around on every corner. He drops over a second to Pridas already. And because look, Troy is on the back of him. He's going to drop behind Troy. He might want to pit early on here. This might be a call for a very early pit stop. I mean, at this point, you might be better off switching on to the hards and seeing if you can run the hards for longer. cut through them, breaking the #1 rule in motorsport. Don't crash into your teammate. Leo runs wide in the turn 1. John's going to be right at the back of him. He's going to have DRS. He's going to be able to make a move here, or at least challenge for a move. Leo moves to the inside. Inogu goes back to the outside. John's going to have a look. No, he doesn't make the move. Thing is, though, Leo, you can put all the pressure you want on Leo, but he'll just eat it up and say thank you for the buffet. Yeah, I'm sure the Mercedes would love to see their own schematics once again. I mean, these two are basically next to each other for a lot of the races recently as well, so... Well, let's hope it doesn't end in that sort of fashion. Although I guess everyone else will be hoping that it does. I mean, that would be a first race win for somebody on the grid, except for, well, Troy. It wouldn't be their first race win for Troy. He did win one in Season 1, but for everybody else, it would be a first race win on the cards. Yes, who managed to get a bit of a gap to his teammate through that lap. About 5/10. It's not going. John's not going to have enough to make a move here, but he can definitely have a look at it. You gain about 4/10 under the DRS here, so if he's within 4/10 at the start of the straight, then he will be able to make a move. But look how close he is now. He's going to be able to push alongside. The two of them are alongside. Leo brakes later. John holds him there, but he's going to be able to make the move stick. Yes, he is. I think it might be a few laps a bit late for Skyler, but like they're going to start now pushing that undercut, getting ahead of Troy and maybe Bridas as well. Kamaru might have to look out here. He's on a hard tire, so go for a long stint. He may end up losing out as well in this scenario. I think literally they're going to be side by side into turn 4. A little bit of wheel banging. Gosh, maybe this is 2000. Maybe this is 2014, 2015, 2016 all over again. That is true, and the undercut's going to be massive for him. I think he's even currently undercutting both Troy and Pridus. It's very difficult to switch back there into turn 4. It's a double left-hander. If you manage to switch back that, then good job on you, because you could just hog that inside and still carry a lot of speed across there. So you've got to try to hang it around the outside and hope that the guy on the inside gets a bad exit because of these shallower line. I know, with the way they go over the line, but important fact here, John's out to DRS. Could be. There are many theories into why this would have happened. But considering the time the gap seems to be stabilizing. Maybe John catching back up again. It might have been a mistake that John made, maybe out of the last couple corners. He decided that now is the time to pit. Maybe he wants to come out with that undercut, with over a second gap. As both Pridus and Troy also pit now. It'll be important to see where they come out in respective to Skylar. Pridus goes... No, there's Skylar zooming by already. Skylar's done massive bits here on the undercut, as he's gonna pull out maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds onto Pridus. I think he is. Yeah, no. Skylar would come out... Kimaru would come out behind Skylar at the moment, and Kimaru is catching up to John. John might... Yeah, those medium tires definitely feel like they might be gone now, and this, every corner, is bleeding time to Leo as John has to come in. Now, yeah, John dives into the pit lane, but see how much time he lost in that lap. Another set of mediums. And look at that gap already. John almost brushes the wall on the pit exit. Three and a half seconds. Leo gained 2 seconds of undercut in just a singular lap. Yes, he's about 19 and a half seconds behind Kimaru, and it's about a 20-second pit time, so I reckon the two of them, yeah, so he would come out just a second or two ahead of Kimaru at this rate. we saw how quickly they wore on Skylar. Like, maybe the hard tires are the better tire to be on. As Leo then sets the fastest lap, John will now have to try to respond. He's over 3.5 seconds down now, so he will have to put in a stonking set of lap times again and again and again, hoping that the much. Yeah, it's 2 seconds. It's gonna be maybe 1.5 by the end of this lap, probably, between Troy and Skylar. Prenas's soft tires are not working. These soft tires do not work, it seems. I do think the hard tire... But as Leo is catching up to Kimaru, he's now in Kimaru's DRS, but there's no blue flags. Kimaru's not going to get out the way for him, and Leo's going to be hemorrhaging time every single corner now, the same way that John was from the undercut. And there's so much more of his track to get through. You can't really make an overtake too early, or else maybe he will. John then sets the fastest lap, 1:10.7, while Leo was stuck in that, basically stuck behind the Red Bull. No, Kimaru had DRS as well. So John's going to have to try to make an overtake into Sector 2, or else he's going to lose maybe a second, 2 seconds to Leo. Those 16-lap-old hards are going to feel awful for Kimaru. He's going to lose so much time. John's going to be all over the back of him. I'd make a move here if I could. If you could, John, just... Yes. And Kimaru will peel straight into the pits. Kimaru is now on a medium tire, who will probably do a medium stint and a soft stint to finish it off. Which makes me think that Skylar will do a hard stint at the end, and the hard tires didn't look too bad, and obviously Troy has to do a soft tire or a hard tire stint as well, and if the hard tires don't wear as much, Skylar might still be on for this. Well, they can go 16 laps, but Kimaru lost so much time at the end of that stint. I mean, he fell back behind Pridas. He's probably going to get by Pridas here at the DRS. See, I don't know. He's not gaining that much time, actually. No. Pridas holds him for that corner. Ooh. He's going to go defensive. And he's going to... Yeah, Pridas holds him, so... Kimaru is unable to get by Pridas, and that's basically a lap of freshness gone. More time lost to Troy and Skylar. The undercut paying off even more for them than they perhaps may have originally thought. Oh, he goes drive up to the inside! Not about taking another car out. That's 6 laps. There's about 6 laps until Skylar started losing all of his time on his softs, so now is about the time where it ends up falling apart, as Skylar is now about 1.5 seconds away from Troy. He will be looking probably to pit this or next lap to try and, well, get a second undercut. Runs a bit wide into turn 5, though maybe it is time for him to pit. That's another 2 tenths lost in that corner alone. Remember, like, you gotta be, I mean, you gotta be fighting for every, like, you've got a chance at the podium. One of your chances you're gonna get a chance for a podium, but he runs really wide there. These medium tyres look like they're just screaming, they're in pain. Yeah, I think he has to pit here. Kimaru comes alongside. Skylar doesn't even... Skylar looking like he might fight it. I wouldn't if I was him. He doesn't box into the pit, so he stays out. Might be what he was looking for. Maybe he'll try and see if he can use Kimaru to slingshot himself up to Troy, but as if he can actively hold onto that. Obviously, Pridas does get a 3-second time penalty. He's holding out on those soft tyres. I don't like that idea from him. I think he does need to pit, but those hard tyres maybe aren't looking too nice to anybody else. The two Alpines at the back are using them, but they haven't really been able to challenge anybody else at the moment. One lap freshers. With 14 laps left to go, though, you might be one. I wonder if if the Mercedes will go for medium soft or medium hard. The soft tires might be the more optimal choice for these guys who can probably run another 3 or 4 laps on these mediums. So the soft tires only need to do 10 laps, but looking at how Pridases are looking, maybe not the right case, as Sky says out another lap. Doesn't seem to be losing that much time this time around. Maybe Troy's tyre is starting to go, and if Troy's able to hold Kimura or those two fight, then Skylar might still be at a chance for this. Leo makes a move up the inside! But it's not going to be enough. a smart decision. I reckon the hard tyres are coming. Maybe medium tyres, actually. He only did 14 laps on those medium tyres. Maybe another 14 lap stint on the mediums would be perfectly fine for him to do. Hard tyre, so the Red Bull thinking that the medium tyres won't be good for another 14 laps, and he doesn't have another set of mediums. But Kimaru is now right on the back of Troy. Troy runs wide, Kimaru gets even closer. Well, no, Kimaru will probably go for a soft stint, but Kimaru's along, trying to find every way possible to make a move. Kimaru might look up to a move into turn 1. No, he can't. He can't make a move. Does he have... It might be that higher downforce setup might be costing him everything here. He struggled to make the move on Pridas before Pridas's tyres were completely gone, but Troy may want to go defensive here. He doesn't. Kimaru doesn't want to make a move, though. And it's a whole nother lap. Oh, Troy spins! Yeah. It might just be that the soft tyres wore out and now the hard tyres just are not quick at the start of the stint. As Troy continues on another lap, he will probably look for the softs at the end of this race. The same with the two Mercedes. I think they'll both stick out on these mediums until they can run onto a soft tyre. So perhaps the double medium soft is the correct strategy call, and maybe the hard tyre at the start for Kimaru was not the choice, as he'll have to pit within a few laps for soft tyres to be worth it. Speaking of pitting, in comes Leo. Well, you're fighting for the win. You gotta try anything for it. And I mean, the soft tire did last 10 laps on Pridas's car. Leo might know something we don't. The thing is, though, is that and Troy gets a 10-second time penalty just to add insult to injury to that spin. But now the important thing for Leo, and the important thing for John, is that Leo's now pitted onto the soft tyres. It's now forcing John to make a move to pit now as well. And he also has to match the soft tyre. He can't go for the hard tyre because he'll lose way too much time. So we'll see. That could be the case, as we'll see. I reckon Kimaru will also pit here. Yes, he does. So he'll now pit for also a set of softs. He had the chance, but look at the two Mercedes. They come out side by side. John will need a couple corners to warm up his tyres, though, so Leo will take the lead of the race, but it's barely a lead, if anything. It's... But Kimaru's got the fresh softs as well. We want to take a look into that gap to see what will happen of it, what will come of it. It's 9 laps on the softs versus, well, 13 laps on the medium, so the wear might actually be similar for both of them come near the end of the race. Destin, it's 2 temps and he's gaining more time through turn 2. Is he going to look to the inside on turn 3? Yes, he is. He's going to pull alongside. The 2 Mercedes are going to go side by side. Is he going to make the move? Yes, but Leo is going to hold. Leo is going to hold it. Yes, he is. He's going to try to hold it through turn 4 along the inside. That's not really going to work out for him. But the Alpine get out the way. He plays coy, gets out the way, but John runs a little bit wide, inviting Leo to effectively just sit on his rear bumper and basically take the position back. He's 3 temps down. I mean, that's going to be an easy DRS overtake if he chooses to make it, which I can't see a reason why he wouldn't. Moves to the inside. Well, he might make the switch back with the other DRS now. Nope. But looking further back, Mario has already caught up to the back of Skylar. All Skylar now has to just defend like well, I'd say a lion, but I think even a lion would struggle to defend in this situation. He'll have to just absolutely blast his engine into next week. Strap Avo's engine into the same car, double engine, to see if he has any extra speed. But speaking of catching up, John is back alongside of Leo. He doesn't make a move into turn 1, which means he might looking for it into turn 3. He knows the tail through the center S. He's less than 2 temps down. He's going to be able to make a move. He pulls to the inside. Leo almost pushes him into the grass, but John's able to make the move. Now we can focus back onto this other race of third. There's 2 races going on at once here. Kimaru is unable to make the move onto Skylar into turn 1. He might be able to make the move, though, with an extremely good center S. The overspeed here is going to be brutal for Skylar to try to defend, but Kimaru might not have the battery. He doesn't have the battery. He's got no of the overspeed. He can't make that move, and every lap those soft tires are going to wear, and every lap it's going to fall closer and closer into Skylar's clutches. Oh, Leo's looking to the inside into turn 1. They almost lock again. These 2 are fighting again as Kimaru then also... Oh my god, guys, give us a break, please. As John and Leo are fighting as well further up the field. No, he won't. Skylar gets by into P3. Whoa, a huge slide. This is going to invite Kimaru to try to make the move into turn 3, and I reckon if Kimaru makes the move here into turn 3, he'll have the entirety of Sector 2 to gain that DRS and push Skylar out of it, but he can't make the move. And that's another lap wasted for Kimaru. Speaking of fighting, look who's side by side again into turn 2. Two of them are side by side. They're going into turn 3. Leo takes back the lead from John. Guys. But also, Skylar's able to hold another lap, and it almost looks like he's gaining time now. Like, Kimaru is not as close as he has been the previous few laps. And we know that cliff is around 5 or 6 seconds, 5 or 6 laps in. We know from Skylar's stint, we know from Pridas. And Kimaru is hitting onto that 6th lap now. Perhaps he saw the two Mercedes going for it and thought that he would be able to go for it as well, but even the Mercedes might be struggling as Skylar's struggling. He's weaving all over the place, he's sliding. Kimaru looks to remove up into turn. But he can't. Yeah, it's another lap. Oh, he gets really close into turn 1 and turn 2. But the exit into turn 3, Skylar can just open up the engine and just zoom it away. And we're seeing them both struggle with that. Skylar has been sliding about, especially near the end of Sector 2, but he's able to hold it enough. Let's switch back to the Mercedes because, well, they're side by side into turn 1. It's becoming a bit of a catchphrase now, isn't it? John is going to be able to get by here. Leo's going to be unable to fight it this time. Oh, no, maybe he is going to be able to fight it. Look at how close Kimaru is now. This is the closest Kimaru has been the entire race, aside from being next to him. But he once again loses so much time out of turn 3. And Troy, you gotta be feeling for Troy, who, if he didn't have his spin right now, he would be on that podium. Oh, Jin, Kimaru is going to be alongside. He's going to try to get to alongside. He tries to dive up to the inside. He forces himself through there. And we know that Kimaru is going to struggle to get the throttle down. Yeah, and here we go. Skylar makes the move. He with the DRS. And, well, Kimaru might have to look behind him. I mean, Troy has had that time penalty, but Troy, he'll want to try to just beat him on pace. So John has spun! Oh, what happened? We were busy focusing on the battle for third, and nice to see John spun around in the middle of the track. But we saw how much the two Mercedes were fighting each other. They might have made contact. I like stirring up the drama here. I like the Rosberg Hamilton drama that was all happening. Oh, but look how close Kimaru is. And by being close, I mean he's effectively alongside, but look at that straight line speed from Skyler's Aston Martin. Even with the DRS, Kimaru can't even get close. Yeah, but I mean, this is the last lap now. Skyler just has to hold it. Hold it down this DRS straight. Burn your battery. Drive that car into oblivion. The winner, thrilling Brazilian Grand Prix, wins. John will come home, take a good second place. As Kimaru is alongside, Kimaru's ahead. Yeah, but look how much time Kimaru has to gain on Skyler. He has so much time to gain during this sector now. Skyler's going to be too far back. I think Skyler's too far back. What a race. And, God, my throat is aching. No, it looked like it might have just been a move that he made. Leo will win from John in second and Kimaru in third. Skyler will round out into from P4, Troy in P5, Predas P6. Random then leave got the best out of the two Alpines in P7 with Sam in P8. I think I need it. I know. Singapore, Spain, and Australia. So stay tuned to that in the new year, be January the 3rd. I am. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I am now going to be that meme of Obama giving Obama a medal.